guys, it's Ewok M here with Toy Bounty Hunter. We're at Acme Collectibles in Orlando, Florida, and we're going to see if they have any vintage Star Wars.
So this is the front door here when you come in, and we have the famous Han Solo and Carbonite. That is really cool to see walking in first thing. So the store starts out with it wrapping around like this, and you have the counter here in the front. Other toys over there, but I think mainly the Star Wars is over here. So of course Ewok M is over at the vintage Star Wars stuff. So, but you guys see it, there's a lot of stuff here, man. There's definitely a lot of toys. A lot of G.I. Joe. So, I mean, there's some stuff here, man. It's definitely a lot of G.I. Joe stuff and a bunch of other random stuff here. So, there's also t-shirts. So, we're going to check out the t-shirts. Maybe I can get a new Star Wars shirt today. So, alrighty. We made our way to the vintage Star Wars. We got the Death Star space station. Looks like it is fully completed. We have the Y-Wing in the box. And we have a few other things that are boxed. And this whole entire shelf here is mainly all the vintage Star Wars that they carry. So I will get a closer shot of what's inside of this display for you guys. There's some really good items in here, and there are some action figures in here with the Kenner baggies that are sealed. So that's a really good find for anybody out there looking for those. And there are some good carded figures in here. This is a really nice vintage collection that they have here at this store. I do appreciate them having this stuff. And, you know, guys, you never know what you're going to find out in here. So check all this stuff out. And if you see something you like, hit up Echo Base and come get it. Now, I came across something that I'm going to get today, and that is the Carbonite for Han Solo, Power of the Force, the last 17. I have a reproduction one from Stan Solo. They have this marked at $75. So I'm going to get this. It doesn't have Han Solo, but I already have Han Solo. So that works out. I'm really happy to find that. And here we have some more stuff. So let you guys check this out. This is what I'm looking at right now. As far as other Star Wars stuff. So, I mean, there's some good stuff here. So they got this other shelf here as well. That's really neat to see Darth Vader, man. That's really cool. And then they got the wagon, but it's the Robin Hood version. It's really interesting to see this one instead of the Ewok one. First time I've ever seen this one in person. So this is all like the Power of the Force 2 and Episode 2 and all the other stuff that came out for the Star Wars toy lines. So they do have Black Series and stuff here in stock. And they definitely have vehicles here. And there's a whole entire another shelf behind me here. So, never know what you're going to find digging through here. So, I mean, a lot of this is the same stuff that we see, but this is for you guys to check out so you guys know this stuff is here. And here we are on the other side of the shelf. Got the Ewok Village in here. That's pretty cool. Got a skiff, all original. I'm just kidding. That is Power of the Force 2. I wish they had the original. Alright guys, we are leaving Echo Base right now, and there was only a little bit of vintage, but I got original Han Solo Carbonite for the last 17 Han Solo, because mine's fake, I will admit, but that's okay, I got a real one.
And I got something Ewok, but as per usual, I'm not gonna tell y'all.
Yeah, so we're gonna go somewhere else. We are at Acme Comic and Toys. And, well, as you can see, we have Boba Fett here. So, hopefully they have some vintage Star Wars inside. So, we're going to get inside and look for some vintage Star Wars toys and maybe walk around the store and check it out. So let's head inside and look for some vintage Star Wars toys. And it's a pretty big store, so we're definitely gonna make our way around the store here. And there's Ewok in, guys. So it is really tall in here. So we're gonna see what's here and see if we find anything, and hopefully we find some good vintage Star Wars toys here, guys. But this place is massive. There's just so many different toys here, guys. So this is definitely a good spot. Definitely a good spot to come to. Alright, so I'm at one end of the store here. So there's a whole another back room right here. Looks like there's a Star Wars stuff in there, so. But we're gonna make our way to where Ewok M is. And this looks like the Star Wars aisle. So this is the front of the aisle, and it starts off with Power with Force 2. Now this whole entire aisle has all types of random Star Wars items here. It goes as far as helmets to sand crawlers to book bags to Disney park stuff. I mean, you name it, they might have it here. I don't really collect any of this kind of stuff, but I do collect the retro Star Wars action figures, and they do have some of those here, so that is pretty neat. And they do have more stuff on top of these cases, so just keep your eyes out, keep your eyes peeled. You never know what you're going to see up there. Now all of this here is just for display. The store did this so you guys can check it out, and it's just for show and tell. But they have the whole entire indoor scene here, so that's pretty cool. Ewok M's checking that out right now. And got this little scene down here as well, and I got this here, which is kind of like the cantina set. That's pretty cool. Everybody's just drinking a bunch of blue milk. And there's just other Star Wars stuff on the other side of it that's for sale. So there is a lot of random vintage and other Star Wars items here that you guys can check out. This whole entire case is just full of loose action figures, and they all have prices on them. Some of them are kind of hard to see. It's not as organized in there, but they do have some good stuff in there. I've never seen that many different Power of the Force 2 figures in a display case. It's kind of crazy. Look at all those Vaders. Got the original shuttle in there, missing some pieces. Original A-Wing. It's missing the canopy. But that's really neat that that's here. I'm asking $499. I only paid like $350 for mine. Alright guys, here we go with some vintage right here. I'll have to go through all of this and see what's here, but I'm gonna let you guys see what I'm looking at. Definitely some vintage Star Wars stuff here. Oh look, there's a puzzle in there for Ewok M. So it's literally just different aisles here. And everything's organized. So that's all Star Trek right there. And then you have some Lego stuff in here with some G.I. Joe. But this place is massive, guys. Transformers. Place is huge. I mean, literally just shelves everywhere. Just full of stuff. So definitely got to come check out this place, guys. It's definitely worth it. Now here's something that you don't see out the box all the time. The Jedi Council. We used to have this. So I do collect some of the retro action figures. I really only like to get the original ones that were remade and maybe the custom ones that they came out with, but it is really neat to get these sometimes just to add in with the other original vintage guys. You never know. I mean, this is toy hunting. You go out and try to find whatever you can and pick up whatever you can. So, but I'm in the back room right now and it's just full of random stuff and I'm just walking around. But it's always worth checking everything out while you're here. So don't ever just pass on walking around the store and looking at random things because it's just full of stuff here. So you never know. Try to see if I can find Ewok M. Acme Comics Toys was definitely a good little store, and I actually got my first original carded action figure, Rancor Keeper, all original. So for Orlando, Florida, we hit Acme, and we also got to hit Echo Base, and we had a really good time on this trip. So I got my very first vintage Star Wars action figure, all original, on its original card back, and it is the Rancor Keeper. I mainly got it because it's in really good shape and I like it. And I like that Boba Fett is on there with the coin. That is pretty cool. Now, the Carbonite here, this is the Stan Solo one here that we're looking at. And this one here is the original. This is the real. If you look at the top, you can kind of tell the big difference with Stan Solo and the original Carbonite. So there are ways to identify a real one and a fake one if you have them side by side.
All right, guys, so as y'all saw, we're back home from Florida, and I'm standing in my little Ewok corner. It's still a work in progress, but it's work. So the first thing I got, I'm going to show y'all, I didn't get, it's not vintage. It is from the Galaxy's Edge at Star Wars Land at Disney, but it's cool. I hadn't found a whole lot at that point, so I was like, better Ewok something than Ewok nothing, you know? So I'm happy. But I got this. It's like a glass kind of pencil holder, and it's got Ewoks on it. There's the ATST on it. There's the indoor bunker. It's got Paploo on the glider. It's got TIE fighters and X-Wings. You've got the Death Star. So, pretty cool. So that was one of the first things. Also got these stickers. They are from 1983 Lucasfilms. And as y'all can see, there's Han, R2, Chewie, Leia in her ceremony dress that the Ewoks made her. You've got two Ewoks here, an X-Wing, Obi-Wan, 3PO, the Falcon, Admiral Akbar, and then the Ewoks. So this was cool because it's got the Ewoks and indoor as well with Leia in her ceremony dress, which is one of my favorite pictures of Leia in all of the films. I also found the puzzle that they made. This one was from 1983 as well, and it's that opening scene when Wicket first meets Leia, when she's running from the scout troopers. So I also have the other two puzzles so far. All right, so we're showing y'all here the three puzzles that I have now. So you've got the Wicket, the Ewok one, which doesn't even have Wicket on it. It's just Nisa with one of the donkey kind of creatures. And then going down, we've got just Wicket. Oh, the iconic little picture of him that we always see, one of the most well-known Wicket pictures. And then down below that is the newest one that we've added to the collection, which is, as I said before, Leia with Wicket in one of those opening scenes where she first meets the Ewoks when they help save the galaxy. The last thing that I got on our trip to Florida, for our second part in the Florida series, is this book, How the Ewoks Saved the Trees, an old Ewok legend. This book is one of the ones I haven't even seen it up till today when we found it while we were in Savannah. Actually, I didn't even find this one in Florida. I found this one when we went to Echo Base in Savannah on our way home randomly. But this is one of the ones that I wanted. I had it screenshotted on my phone. Somebody I actually know had it, and they weren't willing to give it up, so it had gotten my heart kind of set on it, and I randomly found it today. So that makes now 2 of the hardback books that I have, because y'all know I like anything Ewok. So I've got the softback, I've got the hardback. So now I've got 2 of these, both original from the 80s, which makes me just so happy. So these will get displayed on my shelf. Eventually, they'll have their own little spot on the wall, but I am so happy. Alright guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, second part in the Florida series. Feel free to follow us on Facebook or Instagram at Toy Bounty Hunter. May the force be with you, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye guys!
Dallas!